Today, I think you know, we've got a special guest briefer here for the first part of today's briefing under Secretary of State for Political Affairs, Tom Shannon. I think, as you also know, Ambassador Shannon spent the last couple of days in Caracas meeting with government and opposition leaders as well as members of civil society. We asked the Undersecretary to come here to the podium, give you a debrief from those meetings and discussions. We will take a couple of questions. After he's done, as before, I'll moderate them. I'll call on you. Please identify who you are, who you're with before you ask a question, and we're only going to have time for 2 to 3. So please limit the follow-ups if we can. Okay? And with that, Ambassador.
Great. Thank you very much, John. As John noted, I just got back from Caracas. I was there from Monday through Wednesday. And I would start by making a couple of points about the trip itself. I traveled at the request of Secretary Kerry and at the invitation of President Maduro. And the visit to Caracas was the product of a meeting between Secretary Kerry and President Maduro that took place in Cartagena, Colombia. The immediate trigger for the visit was the successful launch of the dialogue between the government and the opposition last Sunday, October 30th. Just before that, I was in Central Asia, and so I had to get myself from Tashkent to Caracas. Which I found was not an easy thing to do. But no direct flight, but I do want to thank the U.S. Air Force, which came to my rescue, at least for an important part of that trip. They got me to Dubai, and once from Dubai, I could make it to Caracas. The purpose of the visit was to highlight our support for the dialogue and to consult with all of those participating in the dialogue and those not participating. And during the visit, as John noted, I was able to meet with President Maduro and members of his negotiating team, representatives of the Democratic Unity Roundtable, those who are participating in the talks and those who are not, representatives of civil society, including the Catholic Church and the business community, and representatives of the international humanitarian community and the diplomatic corps. In regard to the dialogue itself, I'd like to make a couple points. First, this dialogue has been about 5 months in the making, beginning as an UNASUR initiative under the leadership of the Secretary General of UNASUR and being led by 3 former presidents, Jose Luis Zapatero of Spain, Martin Torrijos of Panama, and Leonel Fernandez of the Dominican Republic. These 3 have acted as facilitators since that time, but the 2 sides, the government and the opposition, only agreed to sit publicly when the Vatican agreed to join the mediation effort at the request of both the government and the opposition. And the importance of the role of the Vatican in this dialogue process cannot be overstated. The dialogue is taking place, as I think many of you know, in a highly charged political environment and amidst economic and social distress. It's a fragile but a very important process, and it's a good faith effort to find a peaceful way out of the political impasse that has crippled Venezuela. In our opinion, it represents the best opportunity to achieve such a goal, in other words, a peaceful way out of a political impasse. And it's worthy of our support, and it's worthy of the support of the international community, and we will continue to do so as long as it remains viable. So those are my points. I'm happy to take your question.